Good evening there, guys. I hope you're all well. Just adjust the volume here. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Sunday. Wait, it is Sunday, isn't it? Yeah, Sunday. Sunday evening. Let me just get myself comfortable and set up here. Hope you can hear me okay. And yeah, if you could let me know, that would be most helpful. Hey there, Let's Play. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so we're basically at Gatwick Airport. This is a very impromptu stream, by the way. I've just been messing around with settings and Ortho for XP, and I wasn't going to do a stream tonight, but I wanted to share this with you because it's pretty incredible. So yeah, so we'll do a quick flight and we'll just see what happens, see who's around, and usual state of affairs really. But yeah, I'm going to show off this incredible ground texture. Well, not ground texture, it's photoreal, isn't it? That's what it is. It's using OSM map data and photographic pictures to render the ground textures, and then layer it, or rather the X-Plane AutoGen layers on top of that, and it's really quite incredible. This is not a new thing to X-Plane, but I think it looks pretty damn decent in X-Plane 11. So we'll just taxi on out to the runway and we'll get up and you guys can see what you think. I've got a bit of a rudder issue here. I'll just make sure there's no issues there. You're meant to be doing homework. Sorry about that. Yeah, this will be a distraction. I'm not going to lie. I really want to share this ortho stuff with you guys. I'm going to do a video. I mean, there's loads of videos out there, so I don't know. But if you guys want me to do a video on how to install Ortho for XP, then I'm gonna do that. I've got an issue with this aircraft. Let me just not quite sure what's happening here. Something weird going on with my rudder pedals. Alright, well, we'll see how this pans out. It's still the same in this. Yeah, it really is awesome. I was always a bit dubious of it, to be honest, because I've used photorealistic scenery before, and it looks absolutely terrible at low altitude. But this really just somehow fits really well in with the AutoGen, so it looks pretty amazing. I can't believe it's Monday tomorrow. Where has the week gone? Seriously. It's just totally disappeared. It's been a good week, but it's just been like, if you blinked, you missed it. Alright. We'll go this way. Yeah, exactly. AutoGen, the AutoGen from X-Plane 11. As far as I know, it overlays on top of the Ortho photos, and so you get a great mixture of photographic scenery, and of course the great. Oops, get rid of that. The great scenery already provided by default. So we'll climb up a little bit. Hey there, Mad Pilot. Wow, South Africa, incredible. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the stream. All right. So that's all autogen stuff, as we know. But I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to head out towards, down towards Brighton. And we're going to show you the scenery as we do that. Alright, so these textures down here is basically, this is ortho scenery. Look at that, the way that haze is coming in, absolutely incredible. There is a way to add some decals on top of the texture via a small script. It's basically just oh, okay. Sounds good, yeah, love to check that out. Hi Martin, yes, this is beta 8, absolutely, and it's working really well for me. So basically, if you've just arrived to the stream, first of all, welcome, and secondly, this is a rather impromptu stream. I wasn't going to stream tonight, but I've been messing around with ortho scenery, and I've managed to get it working, and I happen to think it looks absolutely amazing. So that's what I want to share with you this evening, and what I'm going to do is just make it a little bit lighter so you can see this stuff. Alright, yeah, so we're going to head this way. So basically it looks like Orbex, right? I mean, that to me just looks, it's got like an Orbex feel about it, but of course we know it's not that. It's photoreal. It's absolutely incredible. This is the Legacy Lancer FG, and I got it from the Flight Sim or X-Plane org a couple of days ago, so I'm still getting used to it, but I'm liking it so far. Good fun. Oh, the jar design, yeah. Actually, let's play. Could you do me a favor? On my system, when I run that aircraft, if I try and program in a failure, it doesn't work. I'm just wondering if you can check that and see whether it's the same for you. Be really interested to know. Because yeah, the failures don't work for me for some reason, and I've messaged Eugene at Jar Design, and he hasn't got back to me yet. So there's Gatwick there, and I don't know, guys. What you can let me know what you think. I think this looks absolutely stunning. Wait until we get over to the sea. It's all those complaints that I had about the sea not rendering or looking correctly because it's all the same color. If you use ortho, that changes somewhat, makes it look a lot better. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. The downside to ortho is that it's a little bit fiddly to set up. Hey there, Mario. I won't give away your identity, don't worry. Yeah, it's a little bit fiddly to set up, but once it's working, it does work well, and you've got to download stuff, big stuff. There's a lot of photos, a lot of the scenery, but again, once you know how to do it, it's actually relatively simple. And again, as with most stuff in X-Plane, it's drag and drop. Anyway, I'm going to do a video on it because you know, there's a lot of people asking about it, and to be honest, I was put off by it just because of, you know, the people are saying, oh, it's really hard to do. It's really not that hard to do. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So we'll check that out. I've thought about flying on VATSIM. Yeah, I have done that in the past. Not in X-Plane. I've done that on Prepared. Yeah, maybe we can do that at some point. I haven't even investigated what the add-ons, no, what the plugins, sorry, are that I need to run to get this thing on VATSIM. But we could certainly do that at some point. Have a look at that. Look at that down there. That just looks insane. Like a little reservoir or something. Favorite aircraft in X-Plane? That's a really hard one. You know, I don't know. I don't know is the answer. I think in terms of, I do know the answer. In terms of airliners, right now, it's the 767 by flight factor. And if it is GA, I'm really liking this right now. This is a lot of fun. It's a great sort of VFR aircraft. I also am super, probably more so than any of those planes, I'm really enjoying flying, or rather gliding, the Antares 20E, which I got about a week ago. I absolutely love that thing. It's so relaxing, it's so much fun. So yeah, so there's those at the moment. Let's just pop outside here. I just think that looks insanely good. Do you also get the flight path shown behind your plane from time to time due to double linking M key? I haven't noticed that, to be perfectly honest. I think you can, if you go to map, no, I haven't. What, you mean in the actual sim or on the map? I'm not sure what you mean. Mad Pilot. Right, let me just scroll up here. Will X-Plane run well on a GRX 1080 laptop? I would think so, yeah. I don't know whether you can run it on... I don't really know much about laptops and graphics cards on laptops, but the fact that it's a 1080, I would say, yeah. But again, the best thing to do would be to download the demo and give it a try. You get 15 minutes. But I think you should be fine. As long as you've got a good load of RAM in there as well. Martin, no, I don't use Track IR at the moment. I haven't got it, but it's something I'm looking into. So what is moving about like this is it's the mouse look, basically. So yeah. Alright, so we're just coming up on Brighton. I guess this is these are those weird little villages, Saltdean, Rottingdean, all those kind of places. But look, guys, look at that. That just looks so good. I hope that's coming across. Yeah, the thing is with Track IR is basically, do I spend that money on Track IR or do I put it towards getting Oculus Rift? I don't know. It's a little bit of money towards Oculus Rift, isn't it? So let me know your thoughts. Does anyone use Oculus out there with Fly Inside? That's something I really am dying to try, because I think that's the future of flight simming to some extent. And that's a whole other discussion, a whole other thing to talk about, but yeah. Oy. Okay. Oh man, that looks good. That just looks insane. Yeah, I hope so too, Mad Pilot, but you know, I'm not too mad about paying the prices again, but I will, of course. Alright, so here is Brighton. Let's just lose some altitude here. Now the only thing it doesn't show, for some weird reason, is the pier. I'm not entirely sure why that isn't showing, but in terms of the city itself, it's pretty cool. That looks pretty good, to be honest. The amount of autogen is insane. Alright, so this is all very accurate. There's a few prominent buildings missing that are on the seafront and stuff, but bearing in mind this is all default. There's no add-on scenery here, but like I said, if you've just joined us on the stream, I am using Ortho 3D, and it's what level is it? It's 17. Yeah, 17. So it takes a while to download and do its thing, but I think it's well worth it. You know, if you've got particular areas that you're going to do a flight in and you want exceptional scenery for nothing, don't forget this is all free. With a little bit of know-how, you can get some pretty amazing results. So you can see the overlay here. This is what I mean. And of course, at night time it all works, all the lights work and stuff. It's just insane. Alright, so we're going to head up to Shoreham and see how that looks. He uses Ortho4XP. Yeah, this is literally my first go at Ortho, and I'm absolutely loving it. I just think it looks ridiculous in a good way. What program do you use for the traffic? Yeah, it's all just stock traffic. So it uses what you have in your hangar, and you can populate extra if you want. But yeah, it's all pretty much stock. I think you can connect to a multiplayer server. It's something I've not tried, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do that. Maybe you guys probably know more than me. I was going to say something. What the hell was it? Nope, it's gone. Can't remember. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Amazing. Alright, so I think Shoreham is here. So we'll do a touch and go. Just because we can. The landing fee at Shoreham is £15, I think. So if you wouldn't mind having a bit of a whip round, if you can get some loose coins out, that would be really cool, really handy. Alright, I'm just gonna... Can't actually see Shoreham. I've missed it, have I? Look at that, guys. That is insanely good. Alright, I've gone past Shoreham. There it is. Oops. Never mind. My goodness. That's just insanely good. You're going to hear me say that a lot and it's going to annoy you. I do apologise, but wow. Is all I have to say. It is so cool. Alright, so just do a little touch and go here. This isn't going to be a pretty landing, but Epic Zeus, yeah, no, this, oh no, I've done this weird thing again. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, this is not HD Mesh version 3, this is just literally default. That's my next project, when I have the time, is to check that out. Oh man, I keep hitting that damn speed brake, that's so annoying. Alright, a little bit of a crosswind coming in here. Look at this. Wow. Alright, that's weird. What the heck? Alright, something's effed up here. So I noticed that when I was taking off, there was totally something not right with the rudders. Let me just have a look outside. Yeah, weird. So this is that you just seen a very professional landing at Shoreham, which is EGKA. Right, we're going to go in the Cirrus, and I'm going to put us at Shoreham, and we'll just we'll be on our way. Yeah, so this is Shoreham, and it's a very, very cool Art Deco. Actually, this is modelled really well. I didn't see that as we were coming in, did you? Anyway. Why are we in this thing? I thought I selected this. I'm getting tired of red. Let's just change that up. Let's go. We'll go white. Look at that. Nice. All right. All right. Now this thing is, you know, a bit weird to fly. I quite like it, but it's not brilliant. The sounds kind of suck, but anyway, let's not be too harsh. It's quite good it's quite good fun. This is modelled actually pretty well. Shoreham, I mean. I miss my Shoreham scenery in Prepared. I really do. That was an Orbex add-on. So, I don't know. I hope someone does it. Track IR is weird in X-Plane 11. Okay. Well, the other thing that I tried actually was I tried the new multi-monitor system, and it's pretty damn amazing because, you know, now I don't think we probably better not take off on the grass. Where's the concrete then? That should be. Alright, hang on. 1 second. No, okay, this isn't correct. Alright, anyway. Alright. Obviously you're not supposed to do this, but we're going to do it anyway. We're churning up the grass. This should be concrete. Oh, there it is. Okay. No, I'm just disorientated. Anyhow, doesn't matter. We're up. Go away. HD Mesh version 3, yeah, that's what we were talking about. I'm going to, like I said, be checking that out. That's the next thing for me to check out. XCam, yeah, happy camper. What do you, I mean, to be honest, the views in the default without XCam work really well for me. So I don't know, why do you need XCam? Can someone answer that? Why do you need XCam? Does it do stuff that can't be done in default? If it is, if that's the case, then what does it do? Because I've never used it, and I haven't even read about it. I'm just a bit intrigued. So oh, okay. So it works well with Track IR. Got ya. Okay. So basically, we're flying down the south coast. We're going in a easterly direction now, over towards Chichester, Worthing, or Worthing, Chichester, that sort of area. Portsmouth. So, and yeah, just want you guys to check out the incredible scenery, because it just looks absolutely amazing from up here. Reminds me of Orbex, only better. And I've noticed a real increase in frames, by the way, with using Ortho4XP. Definitely. Trees on the beach, yeah. Yeah, that kind of sucks. But that's the autogen messing it up there. That's the overlay thing. But yeah, not ideal. Orbex sucks. I disagree pretty profoundly with that statement. I think their scenery is absolutely stunning, but sadly they're not committing to X-Plane, which is a real shame. But this is pretty good. I do fly online. I haven't with X-Plane 11 yet, but I have done with Prepared on VATSIM and also Pilot's Edge, which I'm a big fan of. Can't wait to do some of that in this. Well, to X-Plane, what's that then? Epic Zeus? Yeah, I know. It is expensive once you get all the add-ons, but it's done extremely well, in my opinion. I don't know how I feel about these cloud shadows, though. I think they need work. I'm not sure about that. That doesn't look as good as it does in Prepared. Not that it's a competition. Not that I'm comparing much. But that doesn't look good. They look like kind of islands. Maybe they're too. Maybe it's me. But let's whack this down a bit. Oh, let's go to dense particles as well. And just because we can, let's change this up. It's a little bit better, but I mean, there actually isn't that much cloud out there that we can see, so I don't know why it's depicting all that shadow there. Yeah, that needs a bit of work, in my view. Alright, so we're going to fly over to the Isle of Wight. Oh dear, we're hitting cloud now. And yeah, we're going to land at a pretty interesting airfield. Just, again, I want to see how the Isle of Wight is depicted. Hi Richard, yes, this is Beta 8, which is the current version of X-Plane that's available. So that's what you get if you download it now. Oops. Yeah, as far as I know, there isn't anything freeware, but SkyMax Pro works really well. I like it a lot. You do have to pay apparently for updates, so bear that in mind. X-Enviro is more expensive on the you know, when you first purchase it, but their updates are free as far as I'm aware. So in the long run, even though X-Enviro is on the face of it pretty expensive, I think you end up saving more money potentially. However, it's a matter of choice. I really like SkyMax Pro. I like how it looks. Not tried X-Enviro, so I can't really comment on that right now, but I'm going to look into that maybe. Alright, so we're flying over this will be Southampton, and then we'll cross this little bit of the channel over to the Isle of Wight. Oh yeah, J3 Clouds. Is that freeware? I think it is. Hi, Claus. It is not real weather. No, I've put in a little bit of cloud myself just to make it look good. But actually, it's a very clear day here. Could we see Southampton Stadium? We could have a look. Let's see. Oops. Let's just go into this view. I don't actually know where it is. Well, we'll try and catch it on the way back. We'll fly down at a lower altitude, and we'll see if we can see it on the way back. Alright, so we'll make our way across to the Isle of Wight. We'll do a little tour around the Isle of Wight. Should still be in front. Okay. Alright, well, we'll carry on a little bit more then. I'll just reduce our altitude a bit. Yeah, I was just thinking that this might be Portsmouth rather than Southampton. I think you're right. I think I think we need to go a bit further. Epic Zeus, do you have this all running on your SSD? Yeah, this is all I've got. Yeah, this is all running on an SSD storage card, and so is my operating system. What flight gear do you use? I've got pretty much exclusively Scenic stuff. So yeah, that's Southampton International, as it's called, I think. Yeah, pretty much all Scenic. So I've got the Scenic Pro Flight yoke. I've got obviously the throttle quadrant. I've got an extra throttle quadrant for jets. I've got the multi-panel, the switch panel, and of course the rudders. And I do have a trim wheel as well. So Scenic, but that's only because I can't afford what's the the yoke, you know, the $800 version. Maybe one day. You think it's Leon the Solent, happy camper. Have you got Google Maps open? That's cool. I don't know this. Funny enough, you know, I live in the real world. I live back that way towards Brighton, sort of in between Brighton and Portsmouth, and yeah, I don't tend to head this direction very often, but I should do. A10 Thrustmaster Hotus. Yeah, they're cool. It's whatever works, whatever you prefer, really. I like flying with a yoke. I do have I've got a really cheap what have I got? I don't even know. I think it's Thrustmaster, really cheap stick thing, and that works well if I want to fly some Airbus action, or if I want to you know, fly with so I've got quite a lot of GA that use stick. Alright, so this should be Southampton right now. Bay end to the left. Happy Camper is really good at geography. You can fly anywhere in the world and he knows exactly where you are. He's just got an incredible mind. Isn't that right? Combat, yeah. Damn right. Yeah, I don't do any combat simulation stuff. I'm just not that. It's not that I'm not interested in it. I just prefer doing this. Maybe we'll do a stream doing it though. I do have DCS World and stuff, but alright, so we're trying to find the stadium here, which of course should be depicted because we're using real world. We're using Ortho, whatever you call it. What a stupid name. Can't they think of a more catchy name to well, it's not a stupid name, it's a bit harsh. Alright, this is pretty much downtown Portsmouth. Not Portsmouth, Southampton. I don't know if anyone is from Southampton. It's a bit of a, I don't know. It's not the best place in the world, but anyway, it's behind me. Maybe we've missed it, or maybe it's not actually depicted. Should be. Is that it? Maybe that's it. Not sure. Actually, we might be on the edge of where the Ortho is installed, to be honest. Because I didn't install, you know, you have to install it in small cells, or smallish cells. So actually, thinking about it, we might be, because I can't see any color change here. Oh, maybe this is still Ortho. Don't know. I know the Isle of Wight is definitely still there. So what we'll do is we'll gain some altitude and we'll head over to the Isle of Wight. Yeah, maybe we're not in Ortho territory right now. I don't know though. No, I think we probably are. Not sure. Cheers, Richard. Thanks for tuning in. Get some rest. The start of the week tomorrow. Blinked and you missed the weekend. But yeah, thanks for coming. See you soon. Thanks, Richard. Appreciate that. I do stream at the moment. I think I've been streaming about 4 times a week. So yeah, there's a lot of activity on the channel. I try my best to fit it in with my real world work. But yeah, I appreciate that. Alright, well, someone was asking me whether this Cirrus, whether the autopilot works, and I can happily confirm that it does. There's no FMC, but you've got heading select, altitude hold, speed hold, all that kind of good stuff. So that all works. So who's been flying for real this weekend? Anyone? I haven't had time, which is a shameful thing to say, but I've been really super busy this weekend. It's been great, but it's just been pretty full on. Alright, so we're pretty much above the Isle of Wight. It's kind of an interesting place to visit. I once got a parking fine in Southampton, right? Not even on the Isle of Wight. And the way it works here is that in the UK is if you get a, did I say parking fine? So I meant speeding fine. I got caught by a camera. And the way it works is that you have a choice. If you don't have any points on your license, you can either pay the fine and take the points, or you can pay to do a speed awareness course. So at the time I didn't have any points on my license, so I did the speed awareness course. And you have to choose from the various locations. And the only location that they had left was the goddamn Isle of Wight. Now, I was living way over in Brighton, which is probably about, with traffic, 2 hours from Brighton. An hour and a half to 2 hours. And I had to be at this centre to do this course at 9 AM in the morning on the Isle of Wight. It was such a mission to get from Brighton to Southampton, park the car, get on the ferry, catch a bus to get to the town centre, and then walk to the centre. Oh man, it was just all before 9 AM. And of course you got rush hour traffic, and I wish I'd just taken one for the team and got the points and paid the fine, you know. Well, there we go. Yeah, don't speed. Although I was on a dual carriageway, so I thought it was national speed limit, and it had gone down to 40, and there were signs, but I didn't see them, and it just felt really odd going 40 miles an hour. It wasn't even temporary; it was a fixed regulatory speed of 40 miles an hour on a dual carriageway. It was just painful. And apparently it's a notorious road. Loads of people get done on it. But anyway, don't speed. Absolutely. Alright, let's see if we can see this stadium. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this isn't ortho. We've got no colours on the sea here. Yep, 5 miles an hour over. Yeah, in the eyes of the law and all that. It's a pain. I'm a lot more cautious now. I like to think I'm a pretty good driver, but then of course everybody thinks that they are. But now that I've got a little baby, I'm ultra cautious now. Not really because I'm afraid of me crashing, but other people. Like, I notice more recklessness on the roads. I'm also a bit older now. You know, I think as you get older you start getting grumpy and, you know. Anyway. AV Axes, hello. Welcome to the stream. Rudy, yeah, I hope so too. There is a plug-in, isn't there, for thermals, more accurate thermals. But they really should. That's part of the, as far as I'm concerned, that sort of thing is part of the, should be part of the base simulator. So I think they need to get that sorted as well. Alright, we're back in Ortho land now. That looks very Ortho-like. That looks amazing. My goodness. You see the sandbanks, the change in the colour of the water. That looks insane. Also, just out of interest, I tend to do this every stream. Just let me know where you guys are from. I absolutely love knowing where you all live in the world. So just type in where you're from. I'm from the south coast, not too far from where we are right now in the UK. And yeah. Denmark. Virginia. Hey there, Frost. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're well, my friend. West Virginia. Epic and Rudy, you guys should hang out. West Virginia and Virginia. How many miles difference is that? That's probably like 900 miles, right? Texas, Scotland, Norway, Wales, Lunar Module. Hello, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Bavaria, beautiful. It helps me remember, believe it or not, guys. I'm not so good with remembering names, but I'm really good with knowing where people are from, so that kind of helps. What are you doing, Luna? That's a very good question. Basically, we're checking out well, first of all, I wasn't going to stream tonight. I was just messing around with Ortho. I've never used it before, and I thought I'd spend a few hours just trying to get it to work. Managed to get it to work relatively quickly, and oh my gosh, it just looks incredible. So right now we are on the south coast of the UK, and I got about 4 tiles in this area from sort of Gatwick downwards, and slightly the other way as well. And yeah, I just think this thing looks absolutely insane. It looks so good. Frame rates are absolutely rocking. We're totally maxed out, by the way, graphics wise. We're getting between 40, 45 ish frames, so it's very cool. Oh, the only thing I haven't got maxed out is the reflections. I've got reflections turned off because they're still buggy. Or at least they are for me. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. And actually what I'm going to do, we're going to kill some altitude. We're going to fly over my town. Let me just have a quick look at the map. Alright, yeah, so we're coming up on my town right now. This is... This is my town up here. Oh wait, we're over my town. This is Littlehampton, that's where I'm from. My house is right here. Or maybe it's right here. But anyway, we're right on the seafront. It's incredible. It's beautiful. Love living here. It's friggin' cold, but my goodness me, that's a screenshot. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Guys. How insane is that? That is just stunning. Wow. I'm impressed. Will FPS increase a lot when the beta is done? I'm not holding my breath. I think there'll be a slight improvement, but I think every time they release a new beta, it's sort of increasing incrementally. So, which means if you've come to the beta sort of later, you know, whatever time we get to the end stage, then it's going to be incremental. So you're probably not going to notice a huge difference if you've been flying the beta. If you've come straight into it, then I would say, yeah, it's going to be pretty damn insane. Alright, happy camper, get that homework done, man. Hope you have a good night. Have an early night. Get the homework done, have an early night. That's my best advice for anyone studying or anyone working tomorrow, which I am. But I'm working from home, so it's not too bad. So yeah, this is Beta 8. Can you do a stream at 4 PM in the UK? Maybe. I can't promise anything right now, because when you have a 4-year-old daughter, anything can happen. So yeah, so right now it's very difficult for me to commit to a particular time or any kind of regular thing. So right now it's just kind of as and when I can fit it around. But so far I think I'm doing alright. I'm doing about 3 or 4 a week. But daytime I work, so it's hard for me to do that. This is not my full-time job. Oops, we got a cloud thing. OBS or Shadowplay? I'm using Shadowplay. I don't get on with OBS. It absolutely kills my frames for some reason. I think it's to do with the settings. I haven't quite mastered it. I think OBS is more flexible than Shadowplay, but Shadowplay for me gives me a good stream, and it's really good on frame rates for me. So I don't know. I'm going to look into OBS a bit more, because I think maybe I haven't got it set up correctly. It just absolutely kills my frames. Yeah. So guys, at this stage in the stream, if you're enjoying it and you don't mind doing this kind of thing, I really would appreciate a quick thumbs up. That would really help things along. Matthias, that's so funny, because this whole channel is named after my dog, and her name is Luna. So there you go. What kind of dog do you have? Thanks, guys. Really do appreciate those thumbs up. Thanks a lot. Lunar Module. English Setter. Beautiful dog. Yeah. Sorry. Just skipping around these comments. Installing Ortho is relatively simple. It's not something I can explain in great depth, but I'll probably do a video on it. There are some videos out there. I had to watch quite a few of them because they're pretty terrible. Either they're way overcomplicated, or whoever's narrating them just doesn't have a very inspiring way of delivering the information. Do you know what I mean? So I had to really wade through a bunch of different videos to get to the good stuff. So I'm going to try and do one that is very easy, quick, clear, fun, all that stuff that we love about videos, hopefully. So look out for that. I'll try and do that this week. But it's you know, it's a bit fiddly, but it's not crazy hard or anything like that. I mean, like I said, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Oh, Q8 Pilot has a good one. Okay, I haven't seen that one. Maybe I missed out. But I do like his videos, so maybe, yeah. Frost Gaming, yeah, no worries. You gotta get those hours of sleep. I don't know. I'm assuming you're probably a teenager. So, man, I remember when I was a teenager, I needed so much sleep. So your body needs it. So do get rest. And this thing, all my streams are recorded, and they're put up on the site. So so you can watch it whenever you like. Obviously, you don't get the chat, but that's okay. You were here and you participated, so yeah, we appreciate that. But yeah, get some sleep. Monday is the most important day of the week, I think, because it's the beginning, and if you have a bad Monday, that can set you off on a downward slope. So Infinite Flight Master, no, I don't play Infinite Flight. I've never tried it. I know it's an app. It's a mobile app, isn't it? As far as I'm aware. But I know you can fly online and all that good stuff, and it looks amazing. And I just haven't had the time to check it out. Sorry. You've asked that question a number of times. I wasn't ignoring you. Well, I kind of was, but not intentionally. You know what I mean. Alright, where the hell is Shoreham? It's down there somewhere. Oops. Wow, that scenery is just magnificent. It really is. All right, so we're going to go for a landing at Shoreham. I can find the damn place. Anyway, there's the A27. It should be here, right by this lake here. We'll see. Look at these quarries. That's so accurate. That's so, well, of course it's accurate. It's photos, but it's this amazing. Alright, Captain Pat Butcher, let me just hold on for a second. Let me just land this thing and I'll answer that question as much as I can. Pat Butcher, are you an EastEnders fan by any chance? Only English folk will get that. Or Scottish folk. Or Welsh folk. Alright. Look at that. Absolutely cool. So I've flown this approach a number of times in real world. This is my one of the local airfields, and you come right in over the A27. So when I'm driving into Brighton, it's really hard to concentrate on the road. As you see these little Cessnas and Diamonds and all sorts of really cool aircraft coming in. And of course this is the airfield where, I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago now, where they had the big the jet crashed on the it was, the Shoreham air show, and it killed a bunch of people. The pilot survived amazingly, but yeah, it was a real tragic accident. And that happened here. Damn it. Oh, there's something still weird with my rudder pedals. I probably need to recalibrate them. Alright. Yeah, so, okay, so the whole thing with regards to Prepared and X-Plane, like a lot of people who have come to X-Plane through Prepared, spent an absolute fortune on add-ons, scenery, utilities, real investment level money. And I had I had a good amount of years with Prepared. You know, 4 years of absolutely beautiful but frustrating flight simming. Frustrating because of the performance issues related to the fact that we're limited to the 64-bit platform and the old code, etc., etc., the memory issues, all that stuff that everybody knows about. The one thing that bugged me even more than that were the micro stutters. And even on a, I haven't got a top end machine, but it's reasonable, and it would drive me absolutely mad. And the micro stutters would always happen on final, just as you were taking off, all the important stages, and it would just drive me insane. And in the end, you have to switch off. You have to just kind of ignore it, and compensate for it, which I did do for a number of years. And then at the same time as doing that, I'm flying a lot, as much as I can in the real world, and having this real disconnect between the two. One's real, one's not real. Flight Sim X-Plane 11 comes along, and to some degree, this is a huge statement, to some degree has bridged that gap. And it's early stages, but the closeness of the realism in terms of how the thing feels, I'm not even talking about scenery really, I think is a lot closer than FSX or prepared could ever be. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So basically I haven't looked back since getting X-Plane 11. I just haven't flown in prepared, which is you know, pretty significant. Okay guys, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for the sensible chat and comments as always. Really appreciate that. I will do a tutorial on how to install Ortho stuff. There are some out there, but you know, another one can't help. Can't hurt. It can help. Oh man, you know what I meant. Alright, can you see this line here? I think that's a tile. You can see the difference in textures. This is a certain color, this is another color. I think that is a tile right there. Pretty sure. So actually, this is quite a good place to maybe just pause that and have a look at this in slightly more detail. That's absolutely a tile. Look at it. It's such a clear divide. So you can see the difference. And I'm not saying anything bad about the textures that are in default X-Plane 11, but look how much more detailed the ortho is. It all matches up relatively well, to be honest. I mean, apart from the actual color and the boundaries of the fields and stuff, this road, which is the A27, is pretty much bang on, which is incredible. So they've done their homework, and I'm referring to X-Plane, Laminar Research. They have done their homework. You know, what they have done is not shoddy at all, but you can see the detail, can't you? I mean, this is, and then of course you've got the overlay, but that's a really good example. There we go. There you go. Onwards. Thanks, Ian. Appreciate that. See you later, guys. I'm going to stream for a little bit longer, so I'm not saying bye. I'm just saying bye to those guys who've got to get to bed early. What time is it actually? 10:30. Laminar uses actual OSM data. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can tell because otherwise it just wouldn't match up. Thanks, Klaus. See you next time. Have I flown Condor Competition Soaring Sim? I haven't. No. Is that a mobile app? I don't tend to play games on my mobile. Really. In fact, I don't tend to play games. This isn't a game, of course. This is something a little bit more serious, I like to think. So PC. Okay. No, I don't know that one. Is it a gliding simulator? Tell me about it. I'm interested. Still can't get over how good this is, and how well the overlay thing works. It's incredible. Look at that. Alright, actually, this is something we haven't tried. Give us a little bit less visibility. I want to know how the mist affects with ortho. Matthias, what's the biggest difference between real life and flight sim? No one dies if you screw up the landing. For me, it's the feedback. It's the feedback of the environment. You know, the pressure on the yoke, the rumble, the feel of the airframe, all that stuff. The stuff that really can't be simulated unless you're in a full motion simulator. That's what I miss. The wind in your hair. But this is the best, the nearest thing you can get is X-Plane 11. I say that with absolute confidence. Alright, let's head back towards Gatwick. And we'll gain a bit of altitude, get up there among the clouds. And actually I'm going to... The haze looks great, as it usually does. We'll have a little bit of light rain, why not? Make things interesting. Epic Zeus. Wow, that sounds epic. You're a developer? I'm guessing, or a add-on creator. Sup, Kyle? Welcome to the stream. Alright, here we go through the cloud. IFR conditions. Well, not quite, but almost. Yep, this is SkyMax Pro version 4. Used to create models for mount and blade, and now I try my hand to explain code in C++. Great, good for you, man. Excellent. I am from Montenegro. What a beautiful place. Welcome to the stream. And yeah, absolutely beautiful, beautiful place. This is the Cirrus Vision. It's a default aircraft in X-Plane 11. It's little jet type of thing. So we're making our way back to Gatwick Airport. And checking out the ortho scenery from 9,000 feet, or just under 10,000 feet up. And looks absolutely stunningly good in my eyes, in my screen, in my monitor. I do have some Aerobask. Yeah, I've got the free Lisa Akoya seaplane, and I have the what else do I have? I have something else. Can't remember what I have. But yeah, they're great. They're a good company. Enviro. Yeah, it's not cheap, but then you don't have to. You don't have to pay for any updates, whereas SkyMax Pro, you do. So you have to weigh up the costs, really. I don't know. I haven't checked out Enviro yet, so I can't really comment on it. But the stuff that I've seen looks pretty amazing. G7. I'm going to do a video on Ortho. Because I've only just really figured it out myself, and it's not the easiest thing to explain without me sort of showing you on the screen. It's not hard, and there are some tutorials already out there, but yeah, I'm going to try and make it as simple as possible. So look out for that this week. Thanks. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I'll probably get round to doing it tomorrow in between my real world work. And yeah, I don't know. Hopefully I'll make it as simple as possible. Not waffly, just straight to the point, and you can be on your way. You've got to be prepared that it's a bit of a slight learning curve, but once you get used to doing it, it's not difficult at all. TVAT located in Montenegro. I want to see how it looks in airplane. Yeah, probably not today though. In fact, what I'd like to do is install the Ortho for Montenegro, and then we can go and check it out. Do you have any A350 packs? No, I have the Flight Factor 767, which I absolutely love, and I have the Jar Design A320, but that's it for airliners at the moment. The DC-6 is high on my list. Captain Mark, how are you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. I hope everything's cool. Alright, so we're just on our way back to Gatwick. I'm just sort of doing a large loop here just to show off the scenery. I still see hard shadow lines in overcast conditions. Where do you see the shadow lines? You mean in the sky or on the ground? Mount St. Helens, yeah, that's absolutely on the list of things to do. Yeah, definitely. Oh, you mean in the cockpit? Well, I've got reflections turned down. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Here's the thing, I'm not too fussed about details like that. I don't spend my time analysing the shadows on a cockpit. So for me, that's not a huge issue. As long as there are some shadows and it looks realistic, which I think it does. You know what I mean? I don't know. Matthias, well, as far as I know, you don't make the tiles. The scenery exists because they're photographic. It's photo scenery. Unless I'm wrong here, but I would say pretty much everywhere within reason, apart from maybe North Korea and some dodgy places in the Middle East maybe, are depicted through satellite images. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. What's the longest non-stop flight you have done on this? Well, I'm not really a fan of doing really ultra long haul flights in a sim. I just don't really see the point. So I've probably, some of my streams have been pretty epically long, non-stop flying. So 2.5, 3 hours maybe. Any more than that, and I just have to, and that's with little breaks. You might not know, but I'm not just sitting down the whole time. I kind of get up and move around. You guys might not know, but yeah. If I was getting paid the same amount as a captain or even a first officer, then maybe I would do it. Yeah, there we go. Advertising. Usually get one per stream. Someone else advertising their channel. Playing the guilt trip. I only have one subscriber. Please double it. We don't even... Gold 401, not to be harsh, but we don't even know whether your channel is flight sim related or aviation related. Anyway. Alright, so let's get this thing set up to land. Whoa. Put our gear down. Alright. Definitely, Mark. Let's do it. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Drinking and flying. I do it all the time. That's the other main difference between real flying and flight simming. You can have a glass of wine or two while streaming. Well, at least if you're over age, of course. If you're of age, I should say. Hey there, Moose. Welcome to the stream. We're just about to land. This is going to be a bit of a shorter stream today, guys. I'm going to end it when we land. Apologies for that, but this was an totally impromptu thing. I wasn't going to stream at all, but we'll see. We're a little bit high. Let's try and sort that out. But if you've missed the stream, of course you can go back and watch it. YouTube very kindly records it and posts it on my behalf. It's not quite the same, I know, but you'll see some incredible Ortho4XP scenery, I think. So we're just about to land at Gatwick in Sussex, and we've got that weird, horrible rain texture thing happening on the runway, you know, which I don't like. I don't know if that's I've seen it doing that in X-Enviro as well, so I don't think it's SkyMax. I think it's an issue with X-Plane 11. Luna, my dog, is going absolutely mad. I don't know if you can hear her in the background. All right, we're a bit high, but we probably should be, because we're flying into the world's busiest airport in a tiny little jet. Yeah, it's really weird, that effect. I don't like it at all. It's just wrong. Looks rubbish. There we go. We're actually a bit low now. Not really concentrating very well. Never mind. Oh dear, that was a bit abrupt. Anyhow, that was the world's shortest landing from touchdown to full stop. Yeah, the wet surfaces suck. They kind of look good in prepared, or better than this anyway, prepared and FSX. All right, there we go. So I'll show you my graphics settings. You can see what I've got it set at. What dog do you have? I have she's 4 years old. She's a Shih Tzu, and she's bonkers and the most gorgeous thing in the world. So here we go. So maxed out here. This is usually maxed out, but because I'm streaming, I just pare this back a little bit to give us a little bit more FPS. Maximum on the world objects, and then I've just turned this off because this is really buggy. It gives you sort of reflections at a different sort of almost a different frame rate. So that doesn't work for me. So that's pretty much what it is. As I said, I was messing around. I've got 3 monitors here. When I stream, I only have it on the middle monitor, and then I use this left monitor for YouTube, and then sometimes I have the map on monitor 2. But obviously when I'm just flying at home, I span it across all 3. That does mean these things have to come down quite a bit. So when I span it across all 3, I'm mostly looking at something a bit more like that. This is an absolute frame rate killer. It's a nice effect, but if you've got a 1080, then you could probably, do that. Or if you're flying in a low auto-gen area, then I sometimes put that on for effect. But otherwise, for me, I lose about 8 to 12 frames. So for me, it's just not worth it. So yeah, that's typically what I fly with the 3 monitors. And I've got 3 27-inch screens, bank screens, whatever they are, 1080. They're not 4K. Again, you would need probably a dual 1080 to run 3 4K monitors at any decent settings. But it's cool. It works. I might do a stream actually where I'm running all 3, and then the stream that you'll see will be like a camera over my shoulder kind of thing. I don't know what you guys think of that, but I might do that just to show off. Not literally show off, but show you what gear I'm using in terms of the Cytec panels and the yokes and stuff like that, and you can see what I see. So let me know what you think. Average FPS in a single monitor, I guess, is around 40, depending on where I fly. With 3 monitors, you're looking at between 20 to 30 frames, again depending on where you fly. But it's pretty smooth regardless of the frames, which is again another reason I fly in X-Plane 11 now more than prepared, just because there's very few micro stutters even at low FPS. It's just a better experience. I used to chase FPS like it was the golden egg, but it's really not just about that. Because these micro stutters can be a result of different different things, bottlenecking, CPU, not having enough memory available, you know, all that stuff as well. So you like the camera idea? Cool, let's do it. That'll be fun. We'll do that in the next stream. I'll set up a camera and put it behind me, and you'll see the setup. I'll clean my desk so that you don't see all the mess, and just see what you think. You know, we can always change it midstream if it gets a bit annoying, but we could try it. Cool. All right, guys. Well, any last questions or anything while we're on the subject of technical stuff? Just to let you know, I'm going to be doing a video on how to install Ortho4XP. And also it's worth saying that there are some videos out there, quite a lot of videos out there, showing it in X-Plane, mostly X-Plane 10, a couple in X-Plane 11. I'm not sure that they are explained in the easiest way, and I'm not sure they're presented in the best way. Not to look down on any of them, but I found looking on YouTube to try and find out how to install it a little bit distracting, annoying. Didn't quite, I had to piece things together. I had to watch a bunch of different videos through different people. So anyway, that's my intention, is not to just throw another video out there, but to try and make sense of it, or make it as simple and quick and easy as possible, because it's really not a big deal to get it up and running. And as you can see, the results are pretty decent, putting it lightly. Okay. Thanks, Riddy. Thanks for joining us all the way from Montenegro. We appreciate that. Mark, can you look at last message? Thanks. Was that a message to me or someone else? Or I need better traffic, because when I get my vehicles out, they push back truck and the bus is half under the ground. I don't know. I've always used default pushback stuff. I know they do. There are some ground services that you can get in the X-Plane store. Not something I know about, so I can't really help you there. Cool. Okay, guys. Really appreciate you dropping by. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. And I do have a bunch of videos that you might be interested in. Some technical, to do with X-Plane, some sort of recreation videos, fictional videos that kind of look at incidents that have happened, non-fatal incidents, including Miracle on the Hudson, the Gimli glider, and then recently the Lot Airways Flight 16. Check those out, and again, if you like them, really appreciate any support. All the liking, all the commenting, all the sharing really does help, and I'm just loving doing this, guys, and it's just fun to stream with you, and more than anything, the feedback, the chatting to you guys is what I really enjoy. Never had a stream yet, touch wood, and I'm sure it will happen, but I've never had a stream where we've had that kind of whole childish thing, trolling and all that kind of rubbish. I think people that come to my streams tend to be incredibly dedicated to flight simming and flying in general. I know we've got a few pilots, captains that come into the streams regularly, and I really do appreciate that, because it's a great chance for me to learn from you guys who do it for a profession. So yeah, that's about it, guys. So I really do appreciate it. Give me a like, and I'll be on a stream very, very soon. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the time, and I'll speak to you soon. All right, take care.